Good morning, everyone, for our Good of the Whole Monday morning heart resonance. And really happy to be here again. It's just another morning to begin with gratitude and deepen into this resonant field that we so much love in coming here on this call. So, wow, our Monday morning resonance call, and honoring all the guidance that is supporting us in bringing greater love to ourselves and each other and all that we're in communion with. Had a beautiful talk with Danama yesterday, and just sharing how that love is really being exonerated in the work that she's doing. And for each one of us, we have that opportunity. So just loving you more. So here we are, and just going to share a little bit about Good of the Whole, and then we'll dive in and invite you to, if you're just getting on, to put yourselves on mute. Great, thank you. So, welcome to this unified field of love. And as stewards of Good of the Whole, we're really here to cultivate this ethos of wholeness and support not only the understanding, but the embodiment of the intelligence of this field and this new worldview, this whole worldview. So just take a breath with that, really allowing yourselves to settle in this morning into the state of wholeness. And another key word that has been showing up is really absoluteness, in the purity of that frequency of love, right? So just breathing into that. And I'm going to just do a little housekeeping before Oriana gets on with us, so that we don't need to break the resonance of the field as we're, I'm going to just take care of this person. Hold on 1 minute. Just going to, the person who's on your phone, if you could put yourself on mute, that would be fantastic. Thank you. Okay. So for those that are new on this call, if you're on a cell phone, the best way is to go into the Zoom app, and then you can simply swipe left and you'll be able to see the whole group. And for those who are on the computer, up on your right-hand corner, there is a gallery view and a speaker view. And the gallery view will allow you to see all of us as well. See this beautiful tapestry of love as it's radiating. And just simply these 5 star keys this morning, just guidelines for us to be able to really build this container as the field is growing its coherence. So simply to be speaking to the whole when you're speaking. This is a participatory restorative practice. And so we just really honor as each person speaking to be fully present. Please stay away from the chat box unless it's an emergency and you're having trouble getting on, and to speak to the center of the circle. And if you're sharing a story, keep it to the bottom line. As well, we like to limit our shares to 1 to 2 minutes, and you can speak more than once. But we really hold the space for the pause in between people speaking, because that is this liminal space where we are informed by the intelligence of this field. And we get to move with that frequency. This is what we describe here as the home frequency. So with that, we just invite you to step into this emerging field and really experience a sense of being nurtured and receiving the gifts that are being given to each and every one of us. So with that, I want to introduce Oriana, who is a part of our Resonance Council and for Good of the Whole. And she is going to bring us into our topic today, Star Borne. So Oriana, I'm going to pass you this beautiful crystalline talking stick. and put myself on mute, and I'm complete. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelley. So wonderful to be here, surrounded by my dolphin and the whale above me. Just feeling into the water and remembering the ancient art of scrying, as it was called, to look into a clear reflecting pond or pool and see what images or feelings or sensations come to you. So imagine that our field holds that possibility of this deep resonance that we come together and hold so deeply in our still, that pictures and feelings and things come into awareness that hadn't been perceived before. And to do this, then it's as the field begins to move and we become more sensate, where we're moving with the flow, that it's communicating, and it communicates in sensation. And so while we're adding to and building the field and feeling into it and communicating with it and through it and to it, and each then brings our awareness as evolution, having an Oriana experience. And what is it, that greater sense of evolving life has to say? What does it have to speak to? And how do we hold the field so calmly that a child crawls to the edge of the pond and wanders in? What does it feel? And feeling into a deeper hum. And each of you take a hum. Just as at the end of our calls, we always do this wonderful yum hum, so that you feel how delicious. Yum. Our time together in the reflecting pond, being with this warm, loving, gentling in. Feel how nourished. And when you feel into the hum, literally feel the hum. Where is it coming from? I wonder. And follow it deeper in. Oh, stardust. Oh, I'm being light. Starlight, in a non-material realm, and then I get drawn in, curious about, what does it feel being stardust? Look, a little speck of stardust. Fertile ground. Coming in, allured into life. Life. Oh, wow. What do we do with stardust? What if I take all my knowing of star being and wrap it in a world of matter. Oh, how would I do it in such a manner that I could recall all of my knowing of my star being? How would I enfold star being inside a life in a physical form? Oh, I know what the world wants to be when it grows up. I overheard it dream. But who holds the world when it cries? And what does it see when it looks at the skies? And why does heaven feel familiar? Oh, if I could hear the stars from the heart of the world, I'd give that subtle sound a voice. For I know what the world sees when it looks at the skies. And it's time that it rubbed the sleep from its eyes so as not to be late for the universe. What is that subtle sound that you feel when you wonder? What is that subtle sound? What does it want to speak through you? And the talking crystal is available as it draws you to speak through the subtle sound. I wonder. And I am complete.
Oh, there is no body. The stardust. I am everywhere, shining forth from all beings. Eyes don't see it. Ears don't hear it. Vast silence of sound. The hum of I. Ah. Suspended, not touched, not near, not far. No name. No thing. No thing. No thing unearthed. Unearthed. Stardust. Sparkling. Sunlit. Suddenly. Already. Always. Present. Thank you, Oriana.
Excitement, giddiness, wonderful light. I'm here, I get to do this. It's beautiful. We're here. Thanks, Oriana.
Thank you, my love. Thank you. Mm. Mm. Ah. Ah. Ah.
It's Nancy, everybody. I'm experiencing right now kind of my life's, I don't want to call it a dilemma because it's a gift, but it's being in that beautiful space, the slowing down, the humming, the connection, the amazement at hearing poetry come out of people's mouths, and then being the bridge in my daily life and in my world, and how to take that into it and be me. And I think that is my gift, to be a bridge builder, to bridge the grounded earth day-to-day stuff and the spiritual. I just want to slow down and hum more now in that process. But I had an amazing experience this last weekend that to me is it showed me, yes, you are that bridge. Yes, just by being, even if I don't spew out beautiful poetry or talk slow enough or hum through my communications, which is so beautiful, I'm making a difference just by being where I'm around being. So very briefly, because this just blew me away and I just couldn't stop thinking of all of you. I spent a weekend in Nashville, Tennessee at a convention for my business, which this month actually is my 20-year anniversary in my business. And for 20 years, I've seen and experienced and envisioned what we all have done together in the business. And somehow, even though it didn't look like it or sound like it, I've never quit because I've known that just like the world, if it was grown up yet, if this company was grown up yet, it's like I had a premonition and I knew I was supposed to be the bridge to help this company. I mean, there were maybe, there's been up to 12,000 people at our conventions. And sometimes I find myself crying at a convention and I go, why are you crying? And it's because I'm feeling the same emotions that I feel with all of you for a moment there. And so for 20 years, I've just showed up and held the vision and held the energy. And some amazing things happened this weekend. I'll just share two quickly. The first one was yesterday when our main speaker was sharing some announcements and how they came about the announcements. And he spent quite at length talking about how this has never happened before, how the field and the corporate office and everybody worked together. And he kept saying, it was co-creation. It was co-creation. And it was just so lovely to hear that. And then the one more thing, because there were so many yesterday, but the other one was that, well, the last convention that we had, they made a logo for it, and it was very male, and it almost looked like fighting. They were holding a flag because it's about access to justice, and everybody's tuned into the cause. But the delivery hasn't always attracted the people that I want to attract, so they could sense that this is a spiritual movement as well. So they laid out their next convention logo, and it was a group of hands, all different colors, like connected together in a circle. And inside it said, building a better world. And I just thought, this is happening right in front of my eyes. Not to mention that they laid out an entire Lady of Justice program to really attract women. So I'm sharing all this with you because you have all been always this grounding for my, I don't know, the humming of life and the slowing down and the ease, which I sometimes so desperately want. That never works, but still is my focus for ease and grace. And to see this company, this corporate type company, move with this conscious evolution. And I know part of it is for me just going, being, showing up, being more of who I am. And I just want to thank you all because I've taken you with me to all those conventions and think about you all. And I know that I am a bridge. That's part of my destiny, to be a bridge to both these worlds. But it's just so delicious to sit with you all and hum. I am complete.
And I would really invite all to come into the pool of wonder, to really feel that resonance in present time, that when we come together, I had been in the mountains where I had a little cabin, and every day I'd go and walk into the woods where there were no trails, and I found this pool, this crystalline pool, and I would sit and sit for hours. And then one day, these beings actually appeared, these woodland dwellers, and said, well, she doesn't seem to be leaving, so maybe we'll just carry on. And they were drawn around, gathering around the pool of wonder, these amazing beings in the unseen world. And as we give more time and space to the unseen world, to really come back to what is it that is currently in the currency of life, flowing through the field where we are communicating. As Nahid spoke to it so eloquently, in the nonverbal feeling that was exchanged through the feeling. And that little angel that came drawn to a pool of wonder that tumbled in and said, whoa, what is it to be the unseen, the non-material realm inside a physical form? Oh, how would I know? What does it feel to be inside, feeling inside? As Victoria said, all stardust. Whoa! And how would we communicate, commune with each other as we swim in the field of wonder? Allow the knowing to occur to you. What is that subtle sound that you feel now? What is it that wants to speak through? Evolution, having a you experience. I invite you in to the pool of wonder where we hold and feel the feel. And I am complete.
So what's moving through me in this moment is this sense of ecstasy, of ecstatic creation, be it all the myriad of ways that it comes through us. And that this image of the bridge, because it's such an interesting image, this experience of how the field moves through us. Because what's coming to me is this sense of I guess it's of allness, where there is no separation. So how it's so interesting to me, it's almost like a conundrum, like how, or an oxymoron, how can we be the bridge when there isn't a bridge needed, because it's all one energy moving. And if we really just trusted ourselves and stayed in that presence of wonder and allowed this weaving to happen, you know, because I noticed in the beginning of this call, for me, it took me right to my edge. And I could feel that all I had to do was just open, Shelley, open to receive the vibrational frequency of how that is moving through you. And I feel like that's the pure essence, where it becomes less about the personal, who said what or how they said it. It's about the impersonal presencing as that grace flows, as that grace glows. Sometimes it comes out poetic. Sometimes we have to wait. We have to sit back in our bodies and allow our bodies to open. That's what I was experiencing this morning, right? How to live without expectation, how to live without creating frames. And yet in the movie's made up. I was reading a lot from Nassim this morning because I'm working on this book, and I happened to be on the chapter of resonance, and was kind of, feeling into what is this experience of the resonant field. It means that there is no judgments, and it means that there is no boxes. It's where we are freedom moving as stardust. And each one of us expresses it in our various ways. So, and how do we just love ourselves and really embrace and feel the gratitude of our expression and how that's really blossoming? Because isn't that the journey, the blossom growing? So with that, thank you, luscious beloveds. I'm complete. And for those that are new, take yourselves off mute and feel free to join into this call as well.
I am feeling the bridge is the feeling. We are, as it was communicated, we're building the bridge, but there is no need for the bridge. I am the bridge. And when I am feeling, when I am riding on that flow, I am building the bridge, being the bridge, walking through it, bringing it all together. I pray for more of that. Always. Mm-hmm. Hallelujah.
This is Julie, and I just got a beautiful image because I've used the bridge metaphor so often in my life and written about it. And what just the image, I'm just going to share the imagery here, and I have no idea where I'm going with this, but the image was this bridge of a really deep footing dug on the right, a really deep, solid footing dug on the left, the bridge spanning, and then the water flowing underneath. And I am that footing on the right, and I am that footing on the left, and I am that structure that connects, and I am that flow of the waters of the universe that move with this unified field. I am all of that, and there's no separation. I'm complete.
The pool of wonder. Now, the pool of wonder, with all its pictures of bridges and water, and the pool of wonder, the sun is in that pool of wonder, and it creates connections, sparkling connections in that pool of wonder that are like Indra's web, like the stars in the sky, appearing to connect and to pattern. But it changes immediately if a cloud floats by. So that pool of wonder, it's unchanging. It can never be affected. It can never be rippled. It can never have a tsunami because it is always still. But it sparkles and it connects and it moves and it waves and it crests. But you know, it's all that's still beautiful, wet substance, quality. Sometimes it's a jacuzzi and it swirls around and appears to give some action. But then that stops and subsides. And its true nature is revealed always there. Is it blue? Is it fuchsia? Is it colorless? Is it colorful? I really don't know. I just know without it, I would not be. So, glory to the pool of wonder. Yeah, and all the wonderful that is the pool of wonder. Thank you. And the bridge.
Good morning, this is Karen. Thank you, Oriana. It's like you took me back to a time of remembering. It was like little specks of crystalline stardust as we blew into the atmosphere of Earth, and the sun shone upon us and refracted, and it just ignited the light within us. And this childlike excitement and giddiness, and like, wow, how beautiful it is here. This is where we get to be next. Oh wow, it's beautiful. We're here, and it was just the most wonderful excitement and feeling in the world. And you know, what are we going to be here? You know. And it was just amazing. And when you came back and spoke of the pools of water and the gazing, and it was like I was a child in the woods looking in that pond and seeing all those things. I know when I get that childlike, giddy feeling that it's right and it's exciting. And I know I've been told over and over that I'm a bridge between heaven and earth, and it's in my stars, it's in my numbers, but maybe it's just stardust. And what kept coming through at that point was Joni Mitchell singing the refrain from her song Woodstock. We are stardust, we are golden, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. And the wonderful tones that she made, that when I'm not being too shy, I can do. and it's just amazing journey, and all that everyone said, all the poetry and the feelings from everyone. What a call. Thank you all. It's not over yet. Yay. I'm complete for now.
This is Dinama. I'm hearing the call to express our divinity. We are light. The call is to be that light in the stillness and know we are the creators of our experience. I'm complete.
This is Julie again. And I just want to share what moved is that this world and this illusion we live in is filled with those that want to be stars and those who know they're stardust. And those that know they're stardust, as we shine, we help those who want to be stars to remember who they really are. And I'm complete.
As many of you probably know that Ron and I, we are founders of Vistar Foundation. So the way we got the name Vistar was from the premise or the standpoint that was given to us by Kenneth Mills, our mentor for 4 years, and that is that we are not a person looking up to a star. We are the view from the star. So that's how the name Vistar came to be. So it's the view from the star. And this continuum of this frequency that Oriana pulled us into, I think that's how I feel, pulled me into a place, and the forest and the fairies and the spirits of the Middle Kingdom and everything that exists in the invisible world, only invisible to us from what I know, only because our minds can't see it. So it's like Tinkerbell says, if you don't believe in me, you won't be able to see me. We've lost that ability to be clairvoyant to those places in the streams, to the beings that create the creative force that we're part of. We're just a bigger form and a more visible form, a more concrete form. So this continuum of a frequency of love and the invisible pulled into that is it's a really treat to be there with everybody. Just be there right here, right now with everyone. Really, really, really nice for this heart resonance call. So I just want to thank everybody. And I really don't need to thank everybody because I am everybody, nobody. So thank you.
So let's take a breath, because at this time is the moment where we open the call to those ones who haven't had a chance yet to speak. And where we, being as what was being spoken, these solid banks hold that frequency for those that might want to share or may even feel shy about sharing. So I invite you at this time, if you haven't shared, to please feel free to bring your star voice into the present with all of us. I'm complete. And don't forget to unmute.
Hello, everyone. This is Michelle. And although my eyes cannot see, my heart is feeling so giddy and playful, and I'm giggling with the joy that's rising here for the journey that is meant to be filled with far more laughter than we ever give it time to have. And so thank you for rousing that up in me to share that and experience and feel that the giggles inside and the joy and playfulness and all the seriousness of enlightening the world that we get to experience. I'm complete. Okay, really. Does anybody else have just this giggleness within them? And I feel like we're all so serious, but there's just this giggleness that's here. I can feel it. And I know I can't be the only one feeling it, so I just have to giggle and laugh out loud. And thank you for that playful part rising within me.
Well, and it's definitely contagious. Kate in South Dakota will definitely thank you, Oriana, for taking us to that beautiful space. The reflecting pond just felt like this deep inner peace in the place that we can stay all the time. And as the moments flow, and we're the bridge and we're the water. And it's hard for me not to play, because I feel like, that I don't know. My duty is to play in the garden, to be the unique beauty that is me, and to play in the garden as much as I can. But Shelley told me I can't bring my Zoom cards. I have cards, they say, beautiful, applause, bravo, it's time, and wow. That's it. They're my Zoom cards. But she says, nope, you can't be playing. They're too distracting, And I understand that, taking us out of the moment. But, of course, my moment is filled with, they're working on my well today. So you can imagine I could go on endlessly, but I know that we're at the end of our time together. And I just thank you all for sharing your sacred time and playing in the garden with me. And I'll return the crystalline talking stick for now.
Hey, it's Deborah, and I'm just checking in. I don't have very good reception where I am. I'm getting ready to leave the Big Muddy and head back to the Rocky Mountains, and I've kind of been packing up during this call, and it's delightful for me to know that this is always here, and I really appreciate that. And I love the Zoom cards, I gotta say. Okay, aloha.
And this is Anita putting in my voice as well. And I love the fact that Tinkerbell was brought into the equation as well. I think I feel a bit like Tinkerbell sometimes. So thank you for a wonderful call. It has been a giggle.
Karen, can you hold on? So there's someone on the call who, it says DB, and I just want to give you the opportunity, if you wanted to share. I apologize if I don't know who you are, but we know the truth of who you are. So we'll just give a moment to see if you want to share into the field, even your name. Okay. And we totally honor those ones that come in and are really feeling into the field. What is this, So anyway, this is Tinkershell. Some of you don't know my undercover name. I can't believe Tinkerbell got brought in. Okay, Tinkershell. So we always end with a magical ending, but prior to that ending, I just want to share with you to let you know that we're here every Monday to please share out the email to those that you feel are sitting at the edge, that don't even know about this, that would love to have this experience of this magic, of this bridge building, of this unique view as a star. So we just invite you to do that through Facebook. And as well, on Wednesdays now, we have an ongoing mentoring Stewart's Call with Good of the Whole, and you can go to goodofthewhole.com and take a look at that and join those of us that are really in this experience of co-mentoring each other. So in that case, everyone can now take yourselves off mute, and we end with everyone undoing your mute, and as was spoken, this beautiful rippling out of yum, which is essentially sending that love out to all those that we love and care about all over the world. Yum.
I love that, Michelle.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yeah.